What's going on? Anthony, I'm on the check-in. Just checking in, just checking in. Beautiful day in the great state of New York, hanging out in my garage. So I said, hey, let me talk to the people for a little bit. Anyway, today's topic is about don't be so quick to kick your children out of the home. Now, the reason why I was thinking about this, I was thinking about how things were back in the day. You know, how when a young man turned 18, graduated from high school, how they went into the workforce, got married, had children early in life. You understand what I'm saying? Buying a home and doing all these things, or going to the military, etc., etc., etc. Also, you had young men and women that went to college, met their husband and wives in college, got married, started a family. Tradition. That's what it was back then. So nowadays, we're in a different time. You know, we do have a lot of single mothers, single dads out there too, believe it or not. It's not as projected as much, but you see a lot of single moms and you have single dads. A lot of people are single, not too many people getting married nowadays, you know, and to each his own. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's your life. But my whole thing is that don't be so quick to kick your children out the home, especially nowadays, especially if they're starting in life and they're working towards something. Do not get me wrong. If your kid is just laying around the house, putting his name on the orange juice and playing video games or smoking weed all day, yeah, you're not figuring it out. Give them an ultimatum. Give them a time span. Hey, listen, you got to figure this out. Either go to work, go to school, or something. I would tell anybody, and especially young people, definitely look for something that has a pension plan. You don't always have to necessarily be a cop or corrections, but you have different things with the state. You got the highway department. There's so many different things out there where you could benefit from, and you'll thank yourself later, like, dang, thank God I did that. You understand? And that way, that's one less thing you got to worry about. A lot of us aren't born rich. We're not born into a wealthy family with a trust fund. So you got to make do. Also, the families of yesteryear, they used to make sure that their children were taken care of. They'll leave behind the house. They'll leave behind things. For, hey, listen, I'm not going to sell the house. At least you always got a place to live. As far as I'm concerned, you know, we have one child. I have a son. And I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, ain't nobody looking to kick you out. As long as you're working towards something. Going to college or learning a trade. That's even good. Going to the military, something. Doing something. Dad, I really want to go to school right now. Okay, you're going to figure it out. I'm like, okay, go into the workforce and see how that is with just a high school education. You need a little more than that. You need some kind of training. You know, there's nothing wrong with becoming an electrician. There's nothing wrong with doing HVAC. There's nothing wrong being a plumber. You know, eventually you get to the point where you own your own company and you're making buku dollars, especially if you're the only plumber in the town. You get what I'm saying? Or one of the two plumbers in the town. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's going to call you. You get what I mean? And then you, hey, listen, you charge them. You charge them what you're supposed to charge them. You know, you ain't got to be a over the top trying to make so much money off of people. But this video is mainly about, hey, listen, man, don't be so quick to kick your kids out the home. Especially back then, it was like, all right, 18, you got to go. No, stay together. Stay together. And this is just my opinion. Don't move out of your parents' home unless it's turmoil, if there's drama, and you need to get away from them. I understand. But if they're not kicking you out, they just want you to be on the right path, well, move out. So you can mess around or whatever. Hey, man, save your money, get a hotel room, whatever. But let me tell you something. Stay there, stack your bread, stack your money, find out what you want to do with life, because you're going to go through so many things. And this is for the young people. You're going to go through so many different ups and downs, turnarounds, and you're going to have different ideas that's running through your brain because you're young, you're full of life. You understand? But let's be honest. Becoming an athlete, becoming a YouTuber or a streamer or an influencer, that's not realistic. Always have something, and you can always chase your dreams on the side. You want to be a DJ, you want to be a famous DJ, nothing wrong with that. But During the day, you work as an electrician or electrician apprentice so you can get your full licensing and everything. You could be a master electrician or a master plumber or whatever. You work towards that, or a master barber. Nothing wrong with that either. You get what I'm saying? You work that, and then on the side, hey, you stream on the side. You understand? You know, you do different things on the side. That's your side hustle. That's your side thing until you make it, until you make it big, until you become that famous streamer. You get what I'm saying? But at least you always had that trade or that education, whether you got your teaching degree, your lawyer degree, whatever. Sky's the limit, man. There's nothing holding you back nowadays, man. This is just motivation, man. Do what the hell you need to do and what you want to do. But I tell you, always have something solid. All right. When I was growing up, it was like you have your plan A and you got your plan B. I always had a side hustle, no matter what. This is why I'll say since high school, I've never been broke. Never. I went to college full time. I was a student athlete in high school, and I still had a hustle. And what I mean by hustle, I ain't talking about a hustle illegally. I'm talking about I always worked. I always did something. I always got something. I'm excuse my language, I'm freaking retired. And I got hustles on the side. You know, I'm always getting calls. Hey man, hey, we need this, we need that, boom, boom, boom. I should just start my own business. But I don't have that type of discipline to deal with employees. I don't have the discipline, nor do I have the what they call it, the patience. You know what I'm saying? To deal with employees. I don't. It's not for me. I'd rather work for myself. I only got to work for myself. That's it. You know, dealing with calling people because they called out. It's not for me. But young people, you can figure it out. Don't be so quick to move out your parents' house. Parents, don't be so quick to tell your kids to leave the house. Now, if there's turmoil, like I was saying, leave and find a better way or find a better place to live, and then you figure it out from there. But otherwise, man, if your home life is good, hey, respect your parents' house. You stay there, stack your bread, because that's what your parents really want you to do. Show them that you're responsible. Stack your bread. If you get in line a good job or you line a good career, your 401ks max out. Do all that stuff early, so in your later years, it's smooth. When you're ready to get married, if you want to do that, settle down, have a family, guess what? It's smooth. You already got the house, everything is paid for. You can live your best life. But anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Peace.